Hello YouTube, it's Channel Anne at Bella. Today I have done Joker comic recommendations, and this time I'm doing Harley Quinn comic recommendations. The first thing that I'm going to recommend is Batman Mad Love and Other Stories. It's where she began in comic form. She actually began in 1992 in the Batman animated series and was so popular that they decided to put her in the comics. She started out as the Joker's love interest / sidekick. She has over the course of the New 52, she has become more independent and separate from the Joker, claiming that he was the worst mistake of her life. Apparently. But there is some debate over that, because having Harley Quinn independent from the Joker, yes, it's brilliant for her, don't get me wrong, but it has actually caused some Joker character development issues. Batman has developed quite well with having Damian Wayne as the new Robin. Harley Quinn has had more character development than any DC character has had, particularly in the Injustice comic line, which I'm not going to go into, but yeah, in this particular one, check it out. The Joker has actually come off very poorly in terms of character development. He's somewhat stuck in a rut. As Harley's become more independent from him, he's actually become more obscene, cutting his face off and getting really, really quite dark and disturbing. And as a character, he's actually got the same behaviour patterns, which admittedly Batman does have as well, but it's actually meant that his character is more stuck in a rut at the moment, which is not good for him, actually. They need to sort that out. Because at the moment there's currently 3 Jokers. There's issues going on with his character and they really need to sort them. I'm actually not going to talk about the Suicide Squad film at all. In this, it's purely comics and the Batman Assault on Arkham DVD, purely because that's a really good update for Harley Quinn. So Batman Mad Love is where she first meets the Joker. As for those of you that don't know, she was his psychiatrist and she then becomes his love interest. Through manipulation or through choice. Personally, I believe that there's a lot of choice with regarding Harley. I think she made her choices and she stuck by them. And was it manipulation? Was it attraction from the Joker? Who knows? Who knows? Did they both just fall in love and people have misinterpreted it as obsession? Goodness knows. So, yeah. So that's them busting out. And yeah, their relationship is controversial and it does have an abusive element to it, though I would like to point out that it is both way abusive. Harley hits him, he hits her. They are pretty toxic combination. Anything goes, but in the early days he was pretty vile. But yeah. See, he ends up going down a chimney and Harley ends up beating up in Arkham, and then feel better soon, and then it's like, oh angel, and round we go again for round 2 of the Harley Quinn Joker relationship and round 300 million of the Joker beating up Batman. Here we have Batman Harley Quinn. Now this is really, 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 really good. Everything gets a bit of an update. So we've got Harley Quinn, the bet, punchline, kind of like a family, honour among thieves, most important day of the year, justice is served, role models, Dr. Quinn's diagnosis, and Harley lives. Some really, really great comics in here. Some really, really great. And as you can somewhat see, the style has changed dramatically. This one at the back is actually the New 52 origin for Harley as well. Because in this one, she actually, whilst she's an intern at Arkham, she goes around and pretends to be a patient. See, there you are. She's pretending to be a crazy patient, and then the Joker comes up and starts kissing her, and the rest is history, as they say. So yeah, so this is her becoming Harley Quinn in the New 52. And note her new colour scheme. It's now blue and red, no longer red and black. I miss the jester suit. But hey, hey. She's an Olympic gymnast. Some random facts now. She's an Olympic gymnast. She has got a PhD in psychology and psychiatry. She is immune to Joker venom. And Poison Ivy is a friend slash relationship. She's very much like the Joker. They seem to have a non-fixed sexuality. But to be absolutely honest, I think her relationship with Poison Ivy is more to do with like a Mother Earth thing, her getting some power back. So Poison Ivy basically makes her immune to all poisons and toxins, which is kind of useful when you hang out with the Joker, who is a chemical weapons expert. And it means, because of that, her agility gets an improvement, so she becomes a better fighter. She's actually always been a better fighter than the Joker. The Joker's actually a pretty poor fighter, because he's an average Joe. And the Joker doesn't really have a superpower. He has super sanity, which means he breaks the fourth wall, and he knows he's a comic book character. There are some really, really, really funny things that they do, though nowadays it would be completely sort of like, what? See, Poison Ivy gets all the inmates to kiss her, and she even goes for her pudding, and Harley Quinn eventually wins and gets him back off him. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of Harley Quinn's comics don't actually make that much sense, but then again they wouldn't, because she's a crazy person. There is this one. And at the end of this particular one, which is the most important day of the year, which is where Harley Quinn breaks out of Arkham, she goes all the way around trying to find the Joker because it's Valentine's Day and she's got to get him a present. As she's going around, Batman's already got the Joker and put him back in Arkham. He then goes and gets her, and they end up having Valentine's Day in Arkham. So Arkham is basically their home from home when they're not in their criminal hideout. And then the Joker makes this comment. It's like, why do I keep like Harley around? And he's basically explaining his relationship with Harley through the metaphor of this puppy. If I can find it. See, starts off here. So there you have it, a romantic little tale of explosions, and all courtesy of my favourite little pistol. Did you enjoy it? I honestly don't care either way, whether we enjoyed it or not. Oh, and before we go, I promised I'd tell you why I had the puppy. It was simply so I could make the point that the most adorable things can be dangerous sometimes. So that's all. See you next time. And as for you, you're pretty cute. I think I'll keep you. And the whole puppy thing is a metaphor for his relationship with Harley. You might disagree with me with that, but that is what it is. Feminists might be up in arms over that, but you know, sometimes I think they take life a bit too seriously. I need to get out more. And relax. So he thinks that she's adorable and she can be dangerous, and that's very true. Harley is. And he doesn't really care whether we enjoy it. He did. So there you go. So I recommend those two. I also recommend this particular version of the Joker. In summary, the Joker gets released by some miracle out of Arkham, and his criminal empire has been taken over by Two-Face, and he's trying to get it back. So his first stop of call is to go to his club, the Smile and Grin, to get his power back. And Harley Quinn doesn't actually have any lines in this, but she doesn't need to. So this is her first appearance in the comic. It is a slightly older, more gritty comic, very much like The Killing Joke for the Joker. So that's her first appearance in this. She's then here, putting glasses on him, and seems to have a never-ending supply of hooch slash hair of the dog slash pills and other fun highs that they apparently take quite regularly. There's an interesting story. This whole, the Joker is narrated by Johnny Frost, who is the guy that picks him up from Arkham, picks up the Joker from Arkham, and he narrates it, and he... at this point he's talking about a toad that he had as a child, and he went up on the top of the roof, and there were older kids, and they said that they would throw my toad off the roof, and they were. I knew it, and also I knew I couldn't let them do that, so Johnny couldn't let them destroy his toad. After I went down to the street to find it, I looked everywhere. So basically what Johnny did was he chucked his toad off the roof himself to spare himself the pain of watching other people do it. Here we have a scene that is very, very iconic. It's the Joker holding Harley crying. Everybody sees the Joker laugh. Harley Quinn sees him cry, and that's kind of like her main power, I would guess, over the Joker, is he has this ability to open up to her. I don't know whether he's sort of going back to his Arkham days when she was electrifying his brain, hence why she ended up calling him Pudding. But also their therapy sessions. So they are used to having very, very long conversations together and talks. And that's something that people, I think, forget. They know each other inside out, or they know more about each other's secrets than anybody else. Everybody sees the Joker laugh. Only Harley Quinn gets to see him cry. And here he's actually mourning her, because his empire has crumbled. He's trying to get it back and it's not going so well. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but he knows that Harley at some point is going to get murdered, and he can't bring himself to do it. He just ends up crying on her, and she doesn't quite know why. But she seems to be enjoying his attention anyway. So that's that. And then if we follow it, she doesn't actually have any lines, but I don't think she needs any in this. It's so well done. So well done. If I can get it to open where I want it to open. See here, this is Harley back in her apartment. She has the apartment that's above the Smile and Grin, so she lives above his club. She's that important to him. And here she is getting murdered. And here's the Joker knowing that she's got murdered, and he is cross. More than cross. She doesn't actually have any lines in that comic, but her presence is felt all the way through. And that's that's an excellent comic. Read it. It's brilliant. Here we have the New 52. I know the New 52 is controversial, but then again, everything about the Joker and Harley Quinn seems to be controversial. You've got people claiming it's an obsession, which it rightly is. You've got people complaining it's an abusive relationship and it should be ended and they should have no more Joker and Harley. You've got people claiming that the Joker being 75 years old, which is the same age as Wonder Woman, which is the same age as Batman, which is the same age as Aquaman, which is the same age as Arrow, which is the same age as Green Lantern, which is the same age as Batman himself, which makes Harley Quinn sort of like a 24-year-old dating a grandpa. Sorry, but that's kind of true. So here we have the Suicide Squad. So we've got New Squad, Deathshot Origin, and Harley Quinn. And in this one, she claims she's beaten up the Joker's daughter, who's wearing the Joker's face, because at this point the Joker's cut his face off after the whole Death in the Family comic thing. Check that out for more information. See, and the guy's a dead end. Trust me, if anyone should know about him, it's me. He was the biggest mistake of my life. Do not let him be yours. This isn't you. You can be somebody else. But never be him. I'm helping her. I'm a psychiatrist. And it's very true. It's almost as if Harley Quinn's explored his behaviour patterns. The Joker's character has been stuck in a rut and he needs to change because his girlfriend's had more character development in the space of 24 years than the Joker has had in his life in 75, which is shocking. So here we have, that's the second issue. This is the first one. So hanging out with Suicide Squad. She kind of works in it. Harley Quinn's a fun character. She does break the fourth wall. She does talk. But I don't think she's aware that she's a comic book character like the Joker. I think she thinks she's talking to people. I think she thinks that she's talking to her voices in her head. Here we have Harley Quinn's own comic. We've got Little Black Book. Just Batty. I don't know what it is about female characters that they want to redeem, like Selena Kyle bought a date with Bruce Wayne. Harley Quinn buys a date with Bruce Wayne to save some kitties, because Harley Quinn's gone like the whole animal activism thing. I don't know what that kind of thing is about with them. She's got a thing for dogs. And she also likes Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is awesome, by the way. But Wonder Woman is in the same kind of conundrum that Superman and Captain America are. I know Captain America is Marvel before you start screaming at me. That they are so righteous and so good that they have this disconnect with modern audiences. And Harley Quinn is so modern and so hip and so of the now that a lot of modern women can understand her better, because most people have had a really rubbish relationship, whether it be abusive, whether they've dated the wrong guy, this, that, the other. They understand that. So she's always quite fun. And she's fun to be with. She's not like depressive or dark, because Batman's so depressively dark and grim. And unfortunately, it's like almost they've bottled the Joker's fun and stuffed it in Harley Quinn, and it's left the Joker like this crazy idiot that's carving his face off and going really, really, really dark. He's going as dark as Batman. And I mean, I appreciate and I understand that, but Joker is also light and funny. They really need to sort his character out, because at the moment we've got 3 Jokers. They need to figure out which direction that they're going to go. See, look, here she's dreaming that she's married to Bruce Wayne. They're going to have loads of children. Yeah, she's just so fun. So here she is going to buy that date. And then we have this, which I'm actually going to leave till last, because that is Future's and it is called Crappy Ever After, and it's set 5 years after the 52 continuity. Here we have Harley Quinn. This is where she teams up with Power Girl, and she also meets Wonder Woman personally, and they actually fight side by side together, which is cool. And she meets a load of British superheroes as well, which is really cool. And we find out how the Bruce Wayne date goes, which is hilarious. And Bruce Wayne says he's going to keep an eye on her. See, more kissing. More kissing, yeah. Harley Quinn's kissing everybody, it would seem. And then she buys a power ring and she hangs out with Green Lantern. Is there anybody that Harley Quinn does not know? She's pretty much... Oh, and this is Mason. She's had a fling with Deadshot. She gets Mason as a new boyfriend. And she saves Power Girl. And basically what Harley Quinn's idea is her and Power Girl will become this crime-fighting duo. That's the idea. And so forth. So it's kind of cool and fun that way, because it gets Power Girl in to the modern world. Harley's really useful because she's a modern character. She can bring some of these older characters back to life, and some of them are quite old. We have got Batman Assault on Arkham. It really should read Suicide Squad Assault on Arkham. It's brilliant. I really enjoyed it. It solves a lot of things. You get the Joker Harley thing going on, and also you get to see his sort of emotional feelings to what Harley is and was to him, and you do get the feeling that there is some kind of connection. At one point Harley claims that she only did what she did to get him out, and that very well could be true. And they do go off together, but in the end the Joker gets put in a helicopter and the helicopter crashes. We don't see the Joker's body, so we know he's still alive. We don't know whether Harley and Deadshot is going to be a continuous thing. Personally, I think it was probably a one-night stand, because Harley's Harley and she's lewd, crude and insatiable. And Deadshot is an interesting cowboy kind of character that Harley would be attracted to, so that's interesting in itself, I think. Whether she will continue to be, I don't think their relationship will last, because it's Harley. And it is kind of weird because she's still dressed as a clown. I mean, when the Penguin saw her, he was like, yep, that's Harley Quinn, she's the Joker's girlfriend. It's almost like her look, because she looks like a clown and is a clown, everybody goes, yeah, who's Harley Quinn? Joker's girlfriend. So it doesn't matter how independent she becomes of the Joker, she's still going to be associated with him, because Mad Love was so memorable, and I really think they need to get the Joker out of his rut. Okay, current 52 continuity is controversial. Here we have a story that is set 5 years in the future, because remember at this point everybody believes the Joker to be dead. Harley Quinn ends up stranded on a desert island, and there meets up with the native tribe that lives there, and they've got a king called the Joker. And guess what? So after saying that he was the worst mistake of her life, yada yada, we're back to kissing again. Kissing, and then in the next scene, fighting, and she gets rid of a stupid beaver thing that she's been talking to that apparently is her conscience. See, look, there's a little Disney moment. Yeah, and she chucks him away. Personally, I find the whole talking to a beaver really kind of offensive, but hey ho, she's got to talk to something to be a conscience. Joker says, yes, I do. We never get Harley's reply. She's always kicking him in the ghoulies. And then they're fighting because they both, Joker thinks it's just Harley that's got to go in the thing when they're actually told that it's both of them. They're like, no, you go first, you go first. Then it's like, a kiss before dying, my frosty cupcake, butter up cupcake, and then they end up separated. So clearly we've got miles to go in the Joker and Harley's relationship, because it's clearly not over, and that's 5 years after the new continuity. Please let me know what you think of, like... Actually, no, I'm not going to ask that question. So here's some Harley comics that I'm recommending. Let me know what you think. Love, lust, obsession, madness. It's all 3, to be absolutely honest. But you've got to remember that they spent ages in therapy. They spent a good 3 months in therapy chatting it out. So they've chewed the cud. So they know each other pretty well, even though the Joker's still got his secrets. So please like, comment and subscribe. I've got 2 more DC themed videos. One is a review of the Killing Joke DVD that was new. And another one is going to be a review of some Suicide Squad stuff. So please like, comment and subscribe. Bye!